Hello everyone and welcome to another viewer game analysis. Today we are looking at Jesse O, or the in-game name is TheRagen. And well, you are in Diamond 4 on the EUNE server, so that's not too shabby. By the way, if you want to be featured in this series, if you want me to analyze one of your games, all you need to do is leave a comment with your server and your summoner name. And also it helps if you are a channel member. Channel members obviously get priority over non-channel members. If you want to become a channel member, you can find the button underneath every video. It's right next to the subscribe button, if I recall correctly. But yes, we are looking at you right now, TheRagen, or Jesse O. And, well, Diamond 4, obviously not too shabby. Jeez, but luckily you were pretty far away from the bush. So the matchup is... First of all, let's look at the fight. Level 1 we have W. Yeah, this is nice. W level 1 is very important for Misfortune because else she cannot really contest level 2. In case you don't know, you get level 2 in a duo lane if you kill the first wave, and then in the next wave the 3 melee minions. And obviously attack speed helps a lot there. So the matchup is... Yeah, right now we can see level 2 advantage for the enemy. Very nice that you backed off. You shouldn't fight this. Nautilus should just back off as well. You might die here. Very good heal. But yeah, this is exactly what happens. Level 2 advantage to the enemy. Well, you had to leash, so you are not favored to get level 2 whatsoever. And also you are playing the Emax Arcane Comet build, which I like very much. It starts with Corrupting Potion, and well, you go for the rune set of Arcane Comet, Mana Flow Band, Absolute Focus, and Gathering Storm. These 4 are fixed in my opinion, but as for your secondary path, you have options. So I really like to go for Cheap Shot and Ultimate Hunter. Cheap Shot so your poke is a little bit more impactful, and Ultimate Hunter is because this build solely revolves around your ultimate, and if you don't want to go for 40% CDR, which means buying Black Cleaver, you need to make your ultimate a little bit more available. So you can do this by either going for Ultimate Hunter or what you are doing, Jesse. You are going for Presence of Mind with Legend Alacrity, which also I think is very nice. Legend Alacrity gives you some much needed attack speed, which you cannot really afford in this build. And Presence of Mind is also a way of reducing your ultimate cooldowns, so that's very neat. I like this. I might be playing this myself soon. Maybe. Because my personal problem with this build is that it really doesn't have any attack speed, so you solely rely on pushing with your abilities, and that can be tough at times. So yes, this is what you're going for. Obviously this build is very strong, especially in the lane phase, because you can consistently push the enemy out of lane with your E plus Arcane Comet. Can I see how many corrupting stacks you have? I think I can. How? Okay, they're all gone. You see the small one here near the LeBlanc's potion, and we don't have a number, so I think they're all gone. So you're out of stacks, but you're still full health, full mana. And right now the wave is obviously pushing towards you, so all Misfortune needs to do here is... yeah, she needs to... not too sure if I... Well, if you E the wave, obviously it's not pushing as reliably, but all the minions survived, so there's that. That might be iffy though. Yeah, walking up that far forward just risks you getting killed. Nautilus blows his flash here, and he dies. All you really needed to do was not E the wave, and thus just let the wave push towards your turret, so if you get caught, at least you're close to your turret. And this could have been prevented. I think you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes it's even better to just give up 1 or 2 minions that die while the minions are pushing, and just collect all of them safely under your turret. Right now this is very dangerous, they can dive you easily, because you're so low. And yeah, it's exactly what happens. All this would have been prevented had the 2 of you decided to just chill back, because the wave was way bigger when it was healed. It was a very big red wave, and the blue wave was very small. And it's on the enemy side of the map, so it pushes to you 100%, and all you need to do is chill back here, let the wave push to you safely. And you could have easily farmed all this under tower without the 2 of you dying. that makes sense. So the jungle matchup is Kha'Zix versus Rengar. I've looked at this game's scoreboard, and I saw your item build. Your item build is fine, as it's, well, supposed to be in Diamond Elo. You are going for... I didn't look at the order, but you're going for full lethality with... so full lethality with even Edge of Night after Ghostblade and Duskblade. And also you buy armor boots, which is very important against Rengar when you play a build like this. Also helps against Twitch, against Pyke. And a Guardian Angel on top of that. I really like that. And well, this build, or this game really comes down to, can you punish the Twitch in the early game hard enough that you can finish the game in a timely manner? Because Twitch will definitely outscale you, especially with a build like this. You really need to finish the game early, or early-ish. If the Twitch ever gets to his late game state, he is just unstoppable. He doesn't have the... well, he does have a Lulu top, which is interesting. Yeah, I actually didn't notice that there was a Lulu top. I was about to say he doesn't have an enchanter support with him, because Pyke is an all-in / hook support. And again, we see a very iffy fight. Yeah, it's no point in trying. Notos is just dead. Oof, quite far behind already. Oh well, what can you do? Yeah, just farm this under tower. You should be fine. Nice, they get greedy. Yeah, that worked because I guess you played around your jungler there, which is very nice. If he wasn't there, this would have been the exact same scenario in which you died earlier, when they just dive you. But with the jungler being there, everything's fine. You get a nice revenge kill on them. Now all you need to do is push out the wave, and then you can back yourself. So, how much gold do you have? Yeah, it's enough for Serrated Dirk plus Longsword, which is a good pickup. Also, you might consider an early cloth armor or even early ninja tabby, because everything that's coming to kill you is physical damage. Rengar, Pyke, and Twitch, all physical damage. Well, Ahri could be roaming bots, but everything else is just physical. So getting early armor might be very valuable here, especially since Twitch and Pyke play very aggressively. So you went for Dirk plus Longsword, which is also fine, as I've said. Yeah, and they're pushing already. And Twitch has lifesteal, so poking him with E is not really accomplishing much. It looks nice in the tooltip that you deal so much damage with Arcane Comet, but it really doesn't accomplish anything. Right there, it's obviously nice that you can thin out the wave with it. Well, to be completely honest, poking the Pyke is not as appealing as well, because he can just regain health with his grey health. But yeah, you just need to spam your E whenever possible. That's definitely the only thing you can do there. But in this situation, the lane doesn't look promising anymore, really. You're too far behind to fight properly. Can I not switch these around? Huh. I feel so dumb right now. It just doesn't work. Okay, let's not bother with this. So, alright, now you're... I really like this ulti, just to clear the wave. I think it's very important that you don't give them the tower platings for free. And also you did some chip damage to them, and the Kha'Zix might clean them up, yeah. Nice, nice, okay, yes, very good. Yeah, these defensive ults right there are very important. So with Misfortune, your ult is not only a... well, most of the time it's not the crazy teamfight winning damage tool that you might think, right? Because that's obviously the most optimal scenario, but most of the time you need your ult for different reasons. Sometimes, especially with Emacs, you just needed to assassinate a single person. Or sometimes you needed to cut off jungle paths, to cut off escape routes. Or in this case, you just needed to defend a tower. Sometimes even when you force them back in an awkward spot and the wave is coming in and you are currently attacking the tower, you can even just ult an incoming wave and push the tower even more, or get an even better back timing. Obviously, you can way more easily play around your own ult cooldown than the enemy, because they never know for sure when your ult is back up. However, you do know it. So there's some madness going on in the blue side jungle. LeBlanc can also not really help because she doesn't have lane priority and is currently pushed on the towers. If she goes, she loses a lot and she doesn't even have any HP. And she's quite bad, to be honest. Oh well, what can you do? So right now there's a dragon on the map, Ocean Drake, and lane phase is still going on. Not for long though, but if any team gets this Ocean Drake, the lane phase is pretty much over, because you cannot really lane against Ocean Drake. The HP and mana regen is just way too high. Alright, that's a good engage. At least you forced out the flash here. Oof. That's crazy. That's crazy good coordination. Well, not coordination in the sense of pro play, but very nice follow up. The key point in this gank obviously being that the Kha'Zix was not spotted through the lane gank. This control ward here is very important. Without the control ward, you cannot really pull this off consistently. You killed them both and you got the Twitch's flash. You should get first tower off of this as well. Because as most of you probably know, armor penetration or lethality does work on towers. So Misfortune, even with just a little bit of attack speed, is quite good at taking towers. That's nice. By the way, I cannot really see that in your match history. Which shards did you use? So with this build, I typically, because I don't buy a Doran's Blade, but rather a potion, so I'm missing attack damage, I go double adaptive force and armor. But from a gold value perspective, attack speed, adaptive force, armor would be better, because the attack speed is worth 10% is worth 250. 250 gold, and the adaptive force is worth 175. So I really like the attack speed, but with this build I think I need the early attack damage, and I'm wondering what you go for. Maybe you can answer me in the comments. Yeah, the Twitch hopelessly overextended. The lane phase is pretty much over, so this Drake is no longer as appealing, and I would guess the junglers will now play around top lane way more. Kha'Zix recalling right now. Yeah, there's no vision set up around Drake. Well, neither there is vision around Rift Herald, but Kha'Zix doesn't even attempt to establish vision at the dragon, even though he killed the Twitch. But yeah, this Rift Herald is probably way more important right now. Right, now the pings come out. Red team might think otherwise and take the dragon. Obviously, if it's free, then that's good. Take the free stuff, win the game. Okay, they're not. But they are nearby. Rengar ulting the Nautilus. That's not too clever, if you ask me. Right. Due to Lulu ultimate, she survives. It's a fine trade, in my opinion. Yeah, very good. Red team did a major mistake as far as focus is concerned. If you look at this, Rengar ults, they're coming from the Dragon Pit. I guess they're trying to get a pick, to get a pit. No, Dragon Pit. To get a pick and then go to the Dragon Pit and take Ocean. But what they're doing right there is, well, they jump on the nearest person, which makes sense from a Rengar's perspective. But if this nearest person is a Nautilus, you might want to think twice, because, well, you cannot really one-shot him properly, especially not with Aftershock. He does have Aftershock, right? Yeah. And Misfortune in the back with her... How many ranks do you have in E? All 5, right? Oh no, you're not going for E-max. Okay, interesting. 3 points in E and then you start Q-maxing. I'm not a fan of this, you should definitely E-max. The 60% slow is way too big. Right now you're at 44%, which is also good, right? But 60% slow is just so massive, you should definitely go all 5 points in E. And an additional point in E is more damage than an additional point in Q, since Q damage goes up by 20 damage per rank, and E goes up by 35 damage per rank. Obviously you need to hit all of the ticks to get all the 35 extra damage, but you have to keep in mind magic resist is quite low throughout the game, base magic resist, and its magic damage, and also the slow amount increases, which then means you get more ticks. So Emax definitely way superior instead of Qmax. You can well, you go Emax and then you go Qmax right after, but 3 points in E I think is too little. But this is just my personal opinion. Just my advice I give to you. Right, they fail to kill the Nautilus obviously, and then Misfortune just can do whatever she wants. They blow a whole lot of cooldowns on the Rengar. Pyke dies in the end, trades 1 for 1 though. But not a cleanup. Yeah, they overextended and they lost their jungler. This typically means that blue team should get the Dragon or the Rift Herald as they please, because they now have smite advantage and yeah, the enemy jungler is dead, so they cannot contest this. Alright, Kha'Zix however not playing around the objective, but rather trying to trap once more. Not too sure about this. Okay, taking some camps in the enemy jungle is also not as bad, but really this Rift Herald should have been immediately control warded and taken after killing the Rengar there. This would have been the best play macro-wise, but not going to happen. Alright, and Misfortune with a complete Ghost Blade and a pickaxe. So I guess you're going for Edge of Night second, which is fine in my opinion, especially against the Rengar, because as soon as you see the Rengar ultimate above your head, you can press your Edge of Night button and get a spell shield, so when he jumps on you at least the first burst damage spell is absorbed. And also, since you play around your ultimate with that build, nice. Since you play around your ultimate with that build, you can make great use of that spell shield. Because, well, as you know, when you ulti, you are pretty much crowd controlling yourself for 3 seconds because you need to channel, and while doing that, it's very easy for any enemy champion with a crowd control spell to interrupt you. But with Edge of Night, it's no longer a problem really. So bot lane pushing through without any counterplay from blue team. Well, objective-wise, yes, you just got a top turret, but this Rift Herald would have been so free, as would have been this this Ocean Drake. You could have picked either one after killing the Rengar in the mid lane. But they're just sitting on the map, not being contested by either team. Also, we see the Rengar in his topside jungle, so that tells us he's not busy with the Drake. Yeah, playing around objectives very important. Maybe you should just spam ping your jungler if that helps. I don't know. Ah, okay. So indeed, we have the Edge of Night's second item. I think that's fine, especially since you have Presence of Mind. Cooldown reduction is not as important. I was talking so much about macro stuff that I didn't really see what you were doing. Okay, so you did see the Rengar on the minimap in the topside jungle, and yeah, this is way too far. Obviously, it's tempting to push in this wave, but it's not really worth it, especially when you look at it. Had you had 5 points in E, well, this is already risky, but you're at least not instantly dead, because yeah, okay, now you are, and you don't really need to be here. You could have just E'd with rank 5 E. You could have E'd the wave. You would have gotten 3 of the minions, maybe just 2 if you're unlucky, and this one would have been killed by the other minions, and you could have ran back to safety, still push the wave under tower. You never want to expose yourself like this, but you probably know that. And especially you ran towards top lane because you saw the Twitch and the Pyke coming from this side, but you saw the Rengar on the minimap, hopefully. So, oh well, maybe you didn't. But yeah, you need to keep your distance, especially against the 3 stealth champions. Rengar, Twitch, and Pyke. Very nasty to play against. Need to stay even farther back then. And still they're not taking any objectives, even though they have numbers advantage right now. Oof. LeBlanc missing her snare is very big. It's quite messy. And blue team comes out ahead even though the AD carry is not with them. Interesting. You still haven't bought any armor, despite Twitch, Pike and Rengar all jumping on you in stealth mode. Yeah, you should probably have upgraded your boots to Ninja Tabi after Ghostblade. Obviously Edge of Night is also a semi-defensive item, so that helps a little bit, but really armor is the key against them. Yeah. With Ninja Tabi, this Rengar probably wouldn't be able to just jump on you like that. So 650, an ideal buy would be cloth armor plus longsword. Cloth armor? Longsword, yeah, perfect. Very nice. Alright, and I'm still not getting this. Why are both teams so oblivious about the Herald and the Dragon? It's too late for Herald already, but this Herald could have been taken ages ago. Oh well, we'll see what happens. Also upgrading to Farsight Alteration, which is good as an AD carry, because you... well, Misfortune doesn't need it as much as other AD carries, especially when she has almost infinite mana with this build, because you can just check bushes with your very long-ranged E. E does give vision, in case you didn't know. And... but in general, face-checking bushes as an AD carry just means you die, so having Farsight Alteration is definitely worth it. The yellow trinket is too short range. Alright, nice setup. Oof, good dodge. Yeah, very nice. The Rengar kind of fell into his own trap there. I highly doubt you can take Baron here. Rengar is still dead for 17 seconds, but blue team is not that far ahead, and you don't even have a control ward in the pit. You can never make a play like this without a control ward right here. Because as soon as the enemy puts a single ward down, your play becomes a 50-50 coin flip. And if they start a team fight right now, you just die. Because your armor and magic resist are shredded by Baron. And also you need to blow some cooldowns on it. Okay, somehow it worked. You did have smite advantage, obviously, but the red team could have challenged you so hard there. So I don't really like the call, but it worked out in the end. So what I would do in this game specifically is, after Ghostblade and Edge of Night, I would buy a single serrated Dirk, then I would buy Guardian Angel, then I would upgrade the Dirk to Duskblade. Because the lethality aspect of the item is obviously the most important thing, I would get the lethality component, and then I would get the Guardian Angel just to be safe against Rengar and Pike. But oh well. I will see what you do. This is just my recommendation for this specific game. So with Baron you obviously want to be in the... That's good. You obviously want to be in the lanes. That was pretty one-sided, but I want to look at it again though. So Ocean Drake's finally off the map. Oof, and the Pike running into the Kha'Zix. Ah, your ult was a little bit wasted. To be completely honest. It was not necessary. When you ult and they are already running away, you probably know all this because you're Diamond after all, but if you ult and they are all running away, then you're not really doing any damage with it. Except for if they're at 100 health and you just need to last hit them. Then obviously, but every other case, oof. Nice. Yeah, Pike dies for this. So you trade 1 for 4, and you have Baron buff. So you should definitely take this tower and then look for a reset. You're all low, so if they respawn, and they do respawn right now. Yikes. Yeah, that was an overstay. I also didn't really watch at the Twitch timer specifically, but he's obviously the most important death timer on in the game right now. Oh, yikes, that hurts. Ouch, yeah. Against that's a typical greedy mistake against stealth champions, not backing under tower. You need to back under tower for the true vision that the tower provides, so they cannot ambush you. Or you can, if you are fed, you can trap them. You can back here, and in order to bait them into attacking you and then just kill them. But since Twitch is not as weak, especially with the Lulu as backup, you cannot really afford to do that. You need to back under tower. Very unfortunate and unnecessary avoidable death. 1.5k. Okay, so what you can do here is... yeah, well, the gold is, yeah, obviously very good for both these components. But I'm still a fan of, well, you could have just bought the Serrated Dirk and then a chain vest that goes into Guardian Angel. But obviously more attack damage is also fine. I just really like the idea of having an early-ish Guardian Angel against these enemies. The triple stealth AD assassins. So unfortunately you didn't do anything with your Baron buff really, as a team. Ideally you want to split push, but against 3 stealth champions that might be a little bit difficult to do because you never really know when they will come. Unfortunate. Yeah. But I think blue team didn't get a single tower with this Baron. Not even this one. Because Twitch respawned too quickly. Alright, now 3 lethality items. That's obviously a very strong ulti you have now. What is the map maxing? You leave your E at 3 ranks. That's definitely a mistake. 5 rank E is just so strong. Especially with this build, you need 5 ranks in E. Nice. Now you can take the tower, yeah. Oof. Well, with five ranks in E, you might have killed her because of the increased slow. Might have been able to catch up. Also against this Twitch, you might consider healing reduction. I know it's quote-unquote just lifesteal, but cutting that in half is a very big deal. Oh, you bought it. That's nice. There's the Executioner's Calling. Okay, so you do have the right ideas as far as itemization is concerned. That's obviously hopeless. Blue team being outnumbered here. That's rough. And Baron respawned. If red team are clever, they are just quickly taking Mountain Drake instead of doing whatever in the bot lane. Okay, a little bit late, but they still have the right idea. And me, okay, this is not as good. They're playing on 2 fronts pretty much. And they don't know if they have vision. Okay, this might be a major throw coming from red team, since they are split and 3 of them starting Baron with blue team respawning. Yeah, very good. Punishing them hard, but now Misfortune is alone and she might just die for that. Yeah. Obviously you were pressured because of the Baron thing, but this was the point where you should have backed off. Let's look at this again from a macro perspective. So, LeBlanc detects them. Jumps in and dies. Okay, and now you kill the Lulu at least, or the Rengar rather. And you know, looking at the minimap, that you have 0 backup. LeBlanc is dead, and your 3 teammates are in base, literally. So, and you see them approaching you through the mid lane. So what you need to do right now is just back off as quickly as possible. Oh well. Trying to chase the Ahri. And yeah, just dying due to numbers disadvantage. And now your team just does the same thing, also dying through numbers disadvantage, going in one by one. Had you backed off and just assisted the Kha'Zix while he goes in, that could have been way different. Now it's still 2v3 and Baron on your side pretty much because it attacked the enemy team. Yeah, okay, so at least I cannot do Baron. But this could have been way cleaner. This them starting Baron with 3 was such a major throw of them. But apparently, well, you unfortunately overcommitted there. Happens though. I know that when you are tunnel visioning on the fight, you don't really... Well, I personally sometimes just don't watch the minimap at all, which is one of the things I need to work on, but seems to be a common thing in Diamond Elo. Executioners. Yeah, so now latest you should get Guardian Angel. I would have even, well, I would have, yeah, as I've said, Serrated Dark, Guardian Angel, and then probably just buying Executioners, and then after Executioners finishing Duskblade. But oh well, let's see what happens. Ouch. Again, you died entirely to physical damage. Yeah, you need to stop the Baron. Oh well, your team does. Too late though. And now they fight 4v5, which is not good. Kind of a stressful game. Even I'm stressed out even though I'm not playing it, which is the crazy part. Pyke overcommitting? Yeah. Lulu buffed Rengar now. Probably cleans them. Yeah, probably cleans them up. Alright, Lulu is she survived, but you need to defend this. You can here, this one. You cannot defend this tower at all. You need to. It would be much better to let this tower fall and instead preserve this one, because now you lose inhibitor, and you cannot hold this tower anyway with super minions pushing down mid lane. This tower is considered as gone, so might as well try to defend the inhibitor turret. Alright, there's the BF sword, probably going into Guardian Angel. Lulu with Frozen Heart. Okay, I guess it makes sense in this game. So the Kha'Zix and the Misfortune cannot jump on her. Misfortune with this build is really just an assassin. Well, she should be, but I'm still triggered by these 3 ranks in E. But that's just my opinion. But I really think it's important that you max E right away with this build. So dragon spawning soon, and they still have supers. And it's a mountain drake, okay. Okay, that looks good. Burning your ult there was probably a little bit too much. You would have needed it in this fight. Oh, the Twitch cleanup. Yeah, that looks pretty game over. They still have Baron, they have supers in mid lane. They won this team fight. Let's look at the fight again. So the Twitch played this very well. Right, so the Misfortune without ulti. Yeah. Reaction's still defending the base. And now the Twitch pops out of stealth and just cleans up. Yeah, this was very well positioned by the Twitch. Just sniping the backline like this. Yeah, this is also the point in the game where Twitch just gets out of hand after 30 minutes. Look at Twitch, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completed items. Yeah, he's full build. This is where he just completely takes over the game. With an early focus build like this, Misfortune Emax Arcane Comet build, it's really important to punish enemy mistakes as hard as you can. For example, the Baron play there, that was very dumb of them. But if you get to a point where an enemy twitches at 6 items, it's going to be very tough to win. They probably cannot finish right there, because they're not in the position to push the base towers. But yeah, it's not looking good. Really, what red team should be doing, where do I see the Baron timer? Don't know. They should just take the mountain, which they're doing, and then they should just push bot lane. And when they manage to take bot inhibitor, the next Baron is just free.
Red team has slain the dragon.
And then they can finish. So what Misfortune needs to do here is... the thing is, if Twitch has flash, this won't help, but what you need to do is you need to E the Twitch and then R him, so he dies immediately. If he flashes out of it, just auto as much as possible. But the only chance really is to kill the Twitch, because that's the main damage source. That's the person Lulu is trying to support. Nice. Oh, that ult was a waste. Autos would have done the job there, and you need your ult in this fight super badly. Now you need your ult to just focus on the Twitch. Okay, he still gets his GA pops before he does too much damage at least. But you're also so low. Yeah, Pyke can now clean up. Had you saved your ult there, as I explained earlier, just wait with your ult until the Twitch pops out of stealth, you could have won this fight. Definitely. Alright, yeah, the fight is still won, but Misfortune dead really... Yeah, okay, to be honest, even if Misfortune was still alive, you probably wouldn't get any objectives out of this, because the super minions are pushed, or all the lanes are pushed way too far into blue team's territory. And when Baron respawns, all of the champions are respawned anyway, so this fight doesn't really mean much. But the next fight will mean... well, the next fight will probably just decide the game outright. Let's see what happens though. So... this ward doesn't matter. Stick with your team. This what does matter a lot, and so does this. So you need to have clear vision here, so you can Pressure Baron. Oh, that's very brave. Nice, you still hold on to your ulti. Okay, so far so good. Enemy jungler down. You cannot start Baron though. You can definitely not. Oof, the crucial mistake was you split up. Right now you're grouped, which is good. Still grouped. And this is where the mistake happens. Those two wander off. You three go towards Baron, probably to D-ward, but you also need to keep this in mind, right? So now you're split, those two get jumped on. You get a panic ult off, that doesn't really accomplish much. Now we have to clean up. It's actually closer than I expected. Wow. I was so sure that blue team would just lose this fight due to the split. Let's look at this again. I was so sure blue team would lose this. So this ulti, unfortunately, well, it does fend off the Ahri, so at least there's that. And the GA buys enough time for the assassins to do their jobs. Alright. So you're too low to take Baron, that's for sure. So what you should do is... this inhibitor's not in real danger. You should just take this inhib and reset. And then try to make a play around Baron. Because with supers running down their base, you can pressure Baron very effectively. Yeah, exactly. Now you need to back off immediately. What? No, 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 oh no. Yeah, you might lose the game off this. You need to back off immediately. Take inhib, just back off. This might just lose the game. You didn't even have minions with you. I'm not too sure what you tried to accomplish there. This tower is never gonna fall without minions. Especially with the enemy team just respawning. That was very greedy. Alright, Kha'Zix got their jungler, so at least they misplay as well. Okay, Twitch is stealthing towards the Kha'Zix here. Or not. Gave up the chase. Alright, so 3 people still dead. They might kill Baron before the other 3 reach or 2 of them reach the Baron pit. So it's 5 versus 3. Yeah. And obviously that's not going to work. Yeah, you pretty much lose Baron because of the play. Or do you? Okay. Red team very indecisive, it seems. Trading Elder for Baron is actually fine. Okay. Okay, so yeah. This is where the super minions come into play. Red team needs to answer. However, you don't have a control ward in the pit, which is very huge. You look at this, yeah, you have a red ward here. Without the control ward in the pit, this play becomes a 50-50 coin flip. Oh, your ult got cancelled. Not getting your ult there is the sole reason you lose this team fight. Now E plus R and it's gone, but you cancel your R for some reason. Yeah, that was very unfortunate. With your ulti, this team fight would have been won. And you could have taken Baron. But now it's pretty much even. And red team needs to defend their base. Oof. What a ride.
Red team's turret has been destroyed.
Still dancing around Baron. Who took Elder though? I did not notice Elder was taken. Yeah, okay, red team with Elder buff obviously can outdamage you. That's not going to work. Is it? Nope. Elder Dragon is just too much damage. Fighting there is absolutely no use. Now you're in numbers disadvantage. Twitch does so much damage. Yep. Oh, that's so unfortunate, man. You could have easily had this had you not cancelled your ulti. You could have so easily had this. That's heartbreaking. This Twitch can just do whatever he wants. Ooh, nice. Nice double up. They're losing structure after structure. Twitch can just finish right now, yeah. Oh, that's so unfortunate. I'm so sorry for you. I'm so sorry for you. Yeah, this could have worked if there were many mistakes that have been made by both teams, and neither team did punish too hard. But that last ulti near the Baron pit, where you could have killed the Twitch, that was a heartbreaker. Oh well. I hope you still enjoyed this. I hope all of you viewers could learn something from this Diamond Elo game. EUNE server. So yeah, if you want me to analyze one of your games, just leave me a comment with your server and with your summoner name, and also be a channel member. That definitely increases your odds I pick you. Alright, I hope you have a nice day, and I also hope to see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!